Welcome to day 271 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian. And there's a good amount of news today. I just want to say these videos are sponsored by DeSo Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, Mubs is doing an outstanding job with this. There's actually 93 NFTs in this Secret Santa. Uh, if you want to participate, you have until midnight tomorrow to send an NFT to the @DeSo Santa DeSo account. Send an NFT. It should be something that's from one of the major series. There's a lot of really good ones in the pool right now. Like I said, 93. So there's a ton of people taking part in this. Send it by tomorrow at midnight to the DeSo Santa account. And then on Friday, Christmas Eve, they're going to basically assign them randomly. And on Christmas Day, they're going to be transferred. Mubs is awesome. Just got to give him a big shout out because everything he's doing here is just incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I love the idea, and I think we'll surpass 100 of them.
Yeah, definitely. I see 100 for sure.
So yesterday we mentioned DeSocial World, and we said that they added French and Dutch as languages in the feed, and that was actually a mistake. What they did was they added French and Dutch as a way to view their user interface. So if you're a Dutch speaker or a French speaker, now when you go to desocialworld.com, you can click on a drop-down box up at the top that's going to be in English, and you can select Dutch or French. And the site, like the words notification, messages, that's all going to be translated into your native language so you can better understand the site. And I talked to Ado again yesterday, and he told me that they also have Russian, Portuguese, Japanese, Turkish, and Indonesian coming to that drop-down menu. So their goal is to make the site available to everyone worldwide, no matter what language you speak. They want you to have the ability to access DeSo and a diamond app like platform that DeSocial World is, but in your native language. So that's exciting. Currently, you can sort the feed by different languages as well. So that's where our confusion was yesterday. As far as the feed goes, you can view the feeds in Dutch, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, French, Hindi, Japanese, or Russian. And by view the feeds, I mean, you can sort out posts that are made in those languages.
Yeah, Ado is doing an outstanding job. And something that he really kind of took over was that gift clout. People were using gift clout in order to have extended profile bio. So if you wanted a longer profile bio, you could go to gift clout and add a longer bio. And gift clout shut down. As you know, Raj is kind of stepping away from things a bit. But what Ado did was he made his node do the same thing. So if you are looking to edit that longer profile, which you might have created on GiftClout, you can now go to his node, DeSocial World, and you can edit it or add to it or whatever you need to do. So big props to that.
Yeah, Ado was telling me that he really liked having a long profile, and with GiftClout down, he couldn't do that anymore. So he decided to add it to his node, and I think a lot of people are going to get used out of that. Also yesterday, Alex Villegas made a post talking about DeSo in 2022 and what we can kind of expect. And he touched on some things like the DeSo DAOs and smart services, which are supposed to come sometime in Q1. And I think a lot of people are excited about those. He also talked about some of the most ambitious apps yet will be launching in Q1. So, there's a lot of really cool apps out right now, but he's saying that there's some really ambitious ones that are going to be launching in Q1 of 2022, which I think is going to get a lot of people excited. Also, he said,
I was just going to cut. I was just going to cut in and say, I'm guessing he's talking about Gem and about Story. Those are two of the ones that I really am excited to see how they kind of turn out, and I think they have the potential to both bring more excitement as well as new types of people to the DeSo protocol.
Yeah, for sure. And he said, it only takes one app to truly make DeSo go viral. One app needs to go viral for DeSo to really explode. And, there's over 200 apps being developed, probably closer to 250 now. So it's going to be interesting to see, can one explode? I'm saying the odds are pretty good, probably.
Yeah, and I'm not going to mention any names because it's not, and nothing's official yet, but I was talking to somebody who's working on a pretty awesome startup outside of DeSo. and they're actually looking to possibly integrate DeSo into this startup, and it's going to be a mobile app it's a pretty cool concept. I don't want to give too much away because we don't know if it's happening for sure, but they've reached out and they want to integrate DeSo, and they want to kind of know what the best ways to do that it would be. So I think this is going to be happening a lot. And as new startups form, I think those startups are going to be the ones that are going to probably be more keen on adopting something like DeSo than some of the traditional social platforms out there, just because it's easier to launch or nearly maybe right after you launch integrate DeSo rather than having a huge database of millions of users and then having to integrate DeSo. So
Well,
I think
that's like what Michael Morrow was saying. He's the CEO of Entra. When we had him on our show, he was saying how, we're a new company, so it's easy for us to integrate with DeSo, but for a LinkedIn or something similar to LinkedIn, I think it's too late because the user base is just too great and the platform is built out too much.
yeah, not only is it too late to integrate with DeSo, but it's almost too late to add a blockchain because you have that database that's already there. Creating another database is just a nightmare for a lot of these companies. So I think that we're just going to see waves of new social platforms launching on blockchains, hopefully the DeSo blockchain. And these are going to put them at a competitive advantage over these traditional social platforms who might find it difficult to integrate blockchain technology within them.
Yeah. So moving on, HubSpot co-founder Dharmesh, we all kind of know him on DeSo because he's a very outspoken individual on the platform. He posts all the time, and he's always giving us great information. He's also known for having a very high coin price, but his co-founder of HubSpot, Brian Halligan, has just joined DeSo as well. His username is B Halligan, and I think that's exciting. He hasn't started posting yet, but he has joined, and Dharmesh sent out a welcome message to him.
Yeah, I mean, Dharmesh is awesome. Like you said, he bought his own coin. Every time he hits another 1,000 follower milestone, he buys that number in his own coin. So he hit, what was it, 12,000 followers? So he bought 12,000 of his own coin. I'm assuming he's going to do this for the foreseeable future. So if you are looking for a pretty solid bet as a creator coin, Dharmesh might not be a bad one. Not investment advice, but it's nice to see his co-founder of HubSpot come on. I hope he starts posting a lot. Dharmesh says he's going to post and he has a lot to share. So I'm excited. And I think it's important to have some of these bigger names within tech that have a background and know how to kind of push technologies forward to be on here because they have invaluable information that could help us all, I think.
Yeah, if he posts just 1/10 of the amount of the content that Dharmesh posts, I think it's going to be super valuable to the community. Moving on, there's two big Clubhouse rooms for NFT drops today. At 1 p.m. Eastern time, Meg the Artist is collaborating with Pixel Unit, and they're going to be releasing their first 6 out of 18 NFTs. The 6 are going to be minted in the Clubhouse room at 1 p.m. Eastern time or a little bit after that. Saving the Survivors will be there. It's a really cool project. And Meg the Artist has been doing great things. She's been in the Clubhouse rooms a lot. I've spoken to her, and Pixel Units has some great NFTs as well. So it's going to be a cool collaboration. Looking forward to being there at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, and anything, I like Saving the Survivors. If you don't know, they're a charity, and it's one of the only verified charities, I'd say, on DeSo. And I think we need to get more charities, more verified charities on DeSo, especially when you start getting NFT coin splits. So where you can not coin splits, but a sale split. So if you sell an NFT, you can say, hey, automatically via the smart contract or maybe a smart service contract, 10% will go to this charity, and it's instant and autonomous. So you don't have to worry as a buyer of whether the artist is actually going to send it to the charity. And I think something like that can be super powerful, and it could push the NFT space forward quite substantially. I remember when we were involved with Ethereum NFTs back in probably January, February of this year, one of the most sought after things was the ability to share automatically via smart contract a portion of a sale from an NFT. And I think that the fact that you can merge NFTs with charities and benefit these charities, I think that could be huge. There's a lot of money in NFTs, and I think people are looking for reasons to maybe, oh, hey, I want to buy this NFT because they're working with a charity versus this one that might not be. So I think it could be an added incentive for artists to do. So I think it'll be a great addition to the ecosystem. So I hope more charities like Saving Survivors come on board, but I also hope that more tools are put forth both at the protocol level and on layer twos for charities.
Yeah, and of course, Saving the Survivors takes care of the rhinos out in the wild. So they're doing some great things. Lisa Lavender works for them, and Tristan, they're both in the Clubhouse rooms all the time talking about their calls and what they're doing and some of the phenomenal work they've been doing with these rhinos. So definitely check them out. Also at 3 p.m. Eastern time, there's another NFT drop room. It's a collaboration between Priyanachek and Clara Mouse. And at 3 p.m. Eastern time, they're going to be minting 2 special NFTs, and 100% of the revenue from these NFTs will be going to Saving the Survivors as well. So another great cause right before Christmas. Love to see it. Priyanachek, he's been doing some great NFTs. He creates these like mouse-like, they kind of look like stuffed animals, I guess you could say, in 3D. And they're just like really cool NFTs that I think, they're getting hotter on DeSo, and they're really neat. And Clara Mouse is another mouse project. So they're kind of merging the idea of the mice and creating these extra special NFTs. And it's going to be more than 2, but the 2 are going to be going to Saving the Survivors. So check out that collaboration again at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse. And finally, Octoposse. You can now breed Generation 3 Octoposse into Generation 4. And of course, Generation 4 is the final generation of Octoposse. Those who end up holding a Gen 4 Octoposse will be sharing the prize pot, which is somewhere probably over $35,000. I don't know the exact number depending on the price of DeSo and how much they got from the secondary market sales, but they're sharing approximately $35,000 prize pot. Currently, I think there's 58 or so that have been minted in Generation 4. So if you haven't had the chance to mate your Generation 3s into Generation 4s, do that so you can be part of that. Brian and I ended up with 1 Generation 4.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy looking. Like it has so many different features on it. I was checking it out earlier, and that was the 4th generation. So we minted 1 4th generation. I think we had how many did we buy?
We started with 20, but we ended up buying like 3 or 4 other ones. So like
so
23 original Octoposse turned into 1 Generation 4.
Right. And maybe our strategy wasn't the best. Maybe we should have bought more of the earlier females so that we could maybe mint more, or breed more. But our 4th generation one is awesome. I think like not only are we going to collect some reward for having a 4th generation, but it's so rare looking that I'm just looking forward to seeing the other 4th generations that come about.
Yeah, it's for sure. And I think that's all we have. But Brian's going out of town today. I'm leaving on the 26th. So we're going to be recording from our phones a lot of time, probably in the next few days. So we'll talk to everybody tomorrow.